Devil's Punchbowl is shrouded in mystery and confusion. Some say it never happened, and some say it did not happen the way the most horrific story describes it. While doing this research, I discovered that it is hard to prove one story or another, so I decided to present what I found. After this message, we'll go into more details. I want to talk a little bit about a new affiliate, Nagast Footwear. They are a Black-owned company that makes some of the best quality shoes, clothes, and hats that I've seen in a very long time. They are designed to empower customers and to teach self-love, self-respect, and self-confidence. I've purchased some of their footwear, and they have lasted me well over a year. Nagast Footwear makes sneakers, running shoes, slippers, boots, hats, and clothing. I love my slippers. I love my sneakers. Even game show contestants love my sneakers. Click my affiliate link below to visit their site to browse and to shop. Every purchase helps me grow this platform. According to local legend, pirates once used a secluded area as both a hideout and a spot to bury their loot. In recent years, the story behind the Devil's Punchbowl grew increasingly sinister when a mass grave was found in the area. They researched and eventually learned that the grave held the bodies of thousands of slaves. The South is regarded as more villainous on account of their treatment of enslaved blacks and the great lengths it went to recapture slaves who attempted running away to freedom. Various sites on the web will tell you that 20,000 blacks died of starvation and from being overworked in the Devil's Punchbowl labor camps. America, the supposed land of the free and great opportunities, had its own concentration camp, which some estimate claimed 20,000 black lives. With black males being convinced to fight in the North's behalf against the South with a promise to gain freedom, there was hope that life would get better after the Civil War, but any such hope soon floundered. After the Civil War, Natchez, Mississippi experienced an enormous influx of former slaves as new inhabitants arrived. Still, the unenthused locals constructed an encampment forcing all former slaves to live there. The area was then walled off, with the former enslaved refused the option to leave.
This is WJTV News Channel 12 at 6.
Concentration camps. People mostly associate the term with Nazi Germany, but historians say it's true. They also existed in America. During the Civil War, authorities in Natchez, Mississippi forced tens of thousands of freed slaves into camps built in what's known as the Devil's Punchbowl. Jacob Kittelstadt explores this forgotten history this Mystery Monday.
Untouched fruit falls to the ground near the banks of the Mississippi River.
They talk about there's the most beautiful wild peach groves down in the Punchbowl.
And researcher Paula Westbrook says, like a peach, the area known as the Devil's Punchbowl has a pit, a mass grave from the 1860s. Historians estimate that in 1 year, up to 20,000 freed slaves died in contraband camps below these bluffs.
When the slaves were released from the plantations during the occupation, they overran Natchez, and the population went from about 10,000 to 120,000 overnight.
So they decided to build an encampment for them at Devil's Punchbowl, which they walled off and wouldn't let them out.
Don Estes is the former director of the Natchez City Cemetery.
I just put my own tombstone right there. You see Estes?
Learning history's been his life. He says Union troops ordered recaptured black men to perform hard labor.
Straight down right here.
While women and children were all but left to die in the 3 Punchbowl prisons.
Disease broke out among them, smallpox being the main one, and thousands died. They were begging to get out, turn me loose and I'll go home back to the plantation, anywhere but there. But they wouldn't let them out.
The Union Army did not allow them to remove the bodies from the camp. They just gave them shovels and said, bury them where they drop.
And I'd really like to show you more of this terrain, but it's just too thick with greenery. These bluffs are also straight down, so not only is it dangerous to navigate, it's still very mysterious back there.
It's a bed of alligators and snakes. It would take Indiana Jones to get back in there at this point.
Then you come on up washing away bluffs, and at the Devil's Punchbowl that has so many people that no one knows how they got killed or when, and they're still down there wasted.
And even to this day, they talk about wild peach trees that come up down there, but no one in Natchez will eat them because they know what the fertilizer was.
Exploring the unexplained on Mystery Monday, Jacob Kittelstead, WJTV News Channel 12.
And historians say even now, people might discover old skeletal remains after flooding on the Mississippi. But being on the Natchez Trace, sometimes it's difficult to tell which century those bones are from.
Availability of food and water is vital for human survival, but the encampment lacked fresh food and water. Soon enough, disease and starvation combined to claim loved ones rapidly and in astounding numbers. Southern plantation workers who endured brutal conditions to be so overwhelmed with their Natchez experience to plead with their white guards to let them return to the plantations underlined the atrocious living conditions. Much of the camp's ordeal was passed down orally, leading skeptics to insinuate accounts at the camp have been exaggerated. What else is new? They don't believe white supremacy exists presently. However, those in the know warn about consuming the citrus nectar from the wild peach groves around, stressing decomposed human flesh fertilized its bountifulness. The Mississippi River's occasional flooding exposes skeletal remains, with some people reckoning mass graves adorn the former encampment. Yet again, the Devil's Punchbowl account shows that sometimes an African, melanated, black, or more, seeking to live, work, and just earn a keep can prove deadly. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Click the notification bell so you'll be notified when we upload new videos. Find The Awakening Frequency on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. Research is key. Always do your own research and never just listen to what people tell you. We are The Awakening Frequency. Out of the millions of potential subscribers, we just want to reach one so each one can teach one. Peace.